And I got another door here, and I looked at that. The gap is fine, everything looks fine. I checked up there, the door is not sagging or anything. I checked all that. I've got a nice reveal. I checked the hinges to see if they were all tight, and this one was spinning, so I took it out. I know I need to replace that. And then there's another one down there that I took out to remind me. But as you close the door, I was gonna adjust this, and look, there's a strike plate that's missing. And I don't know why it's missing, but I had another one that was broken up above on the main floor, and see, the little tab had broken. And I don't want to just put something in there that doesn't have the tab, because then I can't adjust it. So I went to the store and I tried to find something exactly the same. When you go to the store, you've got to, what I would suggest is take whatever piece with you, okay? So I got that, and see this, I wanted the round edge. They didn't have round edge, they had straight. And that's all I had at that particular store, so I got it. And see, there's the tab. That's the tab that broke off, but on those, there was a little notch on the side of the tab, remember? That I could put my screwdriver. Well, they didn't have those at the store. They just have that, so I'm gonna have to use that, and I can take that with my pliers and bend that back and forth if I have to adjust it. And see, where this is, that's why I wanted the round ones, because see, this is round. But what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm just gonna put this, I'm just gonna hold that in there like that, and then I'm gonna tap that with my hammer. And we'll see if it can push down in there. I'm just putting the camera back on the tripod. And I'm going to, let's zoom that in just a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna hold that where it needs to go, right like that. Now I just have to be careful not to hit this edge. And usually you can tap that just enough, and that'll depress the wood just a little bit. But I see it would be nice if I could find my little chisel and chisel it out. But sometimes, depending on how hard your wood is. In fact, let's get I got a crummy screwdriver here. I'm just gonna set that right there over it, and I'm gonna hit that with my hammer. And see, actually that put a little slight mark in there. I don't like that. There's a slight mark on there, but that's all right. Just keep tapping. You just have to be careful as you're doing that so that you don't hit this edge. I'm going to try this again. Use my putty knife there. Put my hammer or my screwdriver right there, crummy screwdriver, tap on that. And see, I almost got that flush. And if that's all you have, you could just do it that way and then screw it in. But I'm gonna look and see if I can't find my little chisel so I can chisel that out. Let's see if I can find that. Well, I found this one, and I thought this 3-pack came with a 1/4 inch. I ended up buying a 3-pack at the store. I got 1 inch, 3/4, and 1/2 inch, and I thought it was a 4-pack. Maybe it was only a 3-pack, and I thought, I'll not use a 1/4 inch, but I like to use the 1/4 inch. This is 1/2 inch. I think I still have it somewhere. I can use the 1/2 inch. Okay, so now that I know where it is, I can just hold it in there. And I could do that. I could do the whole edge that way too, but I like to take my sheetrock knife for that edge, and I can actually kind of mark it that way. And then go in a little deeper and a little deeper. You can get vertical lines that way. Now I can just do this without tapping it with my hammer or anything if I want. Just little taps as you go, you know. And now, since I didn't have a round edge, I've got the square one, and I had just a little ding in it. And I put my screwdriver on it. But this is just going into a little storage area. It looks like whoever installed this initially, have just a little bit of an edge here. And I can just move it along where that backside is and clean that stuff off of there. That's why I like using my little 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch one, little bit, as you walk it on by. Okay, that's gonna clean it up just a hair. My motto is, if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it right, you know? And there was already holes for this, and I could, if you don't have a battery operated drill, you don't need one, you know, just do it by hand. But if you do have one, where is mine? Right here. Make sure you have it on low. There's a way that you can do high and low. So I want to make sure I get it on low, because I just don't want to spin it too much. And I'll make it pretty snug where I think, and then I'll double check it by hand. See, like that. Now, am I done with this door? Not yet, because let's just get you in line here. Let's just close this door and see where we're at, shall we? I haven't done anything with the paddle, that little edge yet. Look at that. Jeez. I wonder if that's why they... Oh, look at that. That's why they did that. Dabbity nabbit. I line this up. It's right about there. And I look on here, and sure enough, the strike plate is too low. It's too low, so the latch is not fitting in the strike plate. That's why they took that off. And the reason why it's too low is because whoever installed this door, they should have had the jamb up a little bit higher, because I've already made the determination this door looks fine. See, this door would be like as though if the door was sagging really super far, and I already know the door is not sagging. I already looked at it, made the determination, looked up there, and let's get up here again and double check this thing. Boy, trying to do all this, lots of stuff going on. When you make videos like this, there's a little bit of work involved, you know, but it's for your benefit, not mine. So you see here, look, this gap should be lower, but if I lower the door, I'm going to come closer to this edge here, aren't I? So, I mean, the only way to lower the door is I'd have to take that bottom hinge off, and try to suck that over. I might have to do the two hinges over here to kind of pull the door over this way, and that could lower the door. It's going to take the door and tilt it down a little bit, which will then lower this down. It's going to create a bigger gap here, and in fact this gap is pretty tight, and it looks like maybe it does need to go over. It's the very opposite of a door sagging, you know what I mean? It's just the way that they installed this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two hinges off, and I'm going to drill holes in it just like I've done before. If you've been watching those videos, I take this hinge off, pre-drill a hole there, put 2-inch drywall screws in there, coarse threaded, put this hinge back on, undo this hinge, flop it out of the way so I can get those other 2 screws in there. I'm going to do that there and there. Okay, and then we'll see, this will give the door a little bit more of a gap there, let's say. It's going to lower it down from the top just a hair, and it's going to push it just a hair tighter up there, but we can go a little bit more because of that gap. See that gap? We've got plenty of room there to move it over to the right about a 1/16 of an inch. If I move that over a 1/16 of an inch, that actually is going to take this door and lower it down. You see what I'm saying? It's going to lower it down, because if you look at that, see where the top edge is? It's supposed to be in the middle of the strike. See how the strike plate is lower? It's like the door, the latch is higher than the middle of the strike plate. So I'm going to try to move that down a little bit. And once I move it down, it still might not be enough. I put a pencil mark on the side. I think the pencil mark is like right there. So if that goes straight across, see the latch is hitting right up there. And so I can ream this out. And I did buy a reamer bit. And you're probably going to be able to see me do that. I don't want to ream that out too much. If I ream it out too much, I'm going to get way up high to that screw. And I could do that, but I can do these other things first, and then maybe I only have to ream out a little bit of that only, okay? All right, here I go. I'm going to take these 2 hinges off and start working on them.